BITE of the Werewolf. Jake hated nights. He lived in a place most would envy, in a castle in the remote highlands of Scotland. But while the view of the vast lake was exceptional after dark, especially when lit by the moon, something about the cold at night affected his teeth. The pain was unbearable at times, but it was a 100-mile trip to the nearest dentist. Jake lived in the castle with his 5-year-old son. He was the caretaker, and at first when he took the job, he thought the lure of living in a castle exciting. After a few months, the isolation and the cold had taken their toll. The pain in his mouth was so bad that he finally decided to make the drive. He had the tooth removed and was given several fillings. Back at the castle at night, he was thankful that he had finally got it done. The wind howled around the walls and the rain beat down. And as he put his boy to bed, he looked out the window to the beautiful full moon. For the first time in seemingly forever, he didn't have to take painkillers. As he walked downstairs, a crashing noise came from the kitchen. The castle's owner had told him sometimes late at night, animals would try to break in and to maintain the locks on all doors at all times. As he cautiously rounded the corner, he froze in terror. In front of him was a monstrous creature standing upright like a human. Its razor-sharp teeth and wolf-like eyes latched onto him right away. He knew instantly from every movie he had ever seen what it was. Unmistakably, a werewolf. His mind flashed through hundreds of options, all aiming on keeping his son safe. He had a shotgun, but it was out of reach, and it only shot lead bullets. The window behind the werewolf, beyond it was a 5-story drop onto a frozen moat. Could he push the wolf out and momentarily disable it? The werewolf grinned, the kind of grin that says, "You're screwed. I'm about to tear your head apart." He knew he had to protect his son. He knew his son would be dead if he didn't succeed. He knew all of this in less than a millisecond. And he also knew what he had to do. Jake suddenly ran forward and dived at the werewolf. They fell through the window, both hurtling towards the hard, frozen moat below. As they fell, Jake bit into the werewolf, but at the same time, the werewolf clamped his teeth into Jake and ripped into his flesh. As the ground raced closer and closer. Impact! Jake's neck broke as both smash landed. But the force of the ground propelled Jake's teeth deeper into the werewolf. No man could survive this fall, and Jake was dead. So was the werewolf. Jake's silver fillings had entered the werewolf's bloodstream. The collision had made sure of that, creating the same impact of a silver bullet. He had saved his son. Jake suddenly awoke as life surged through his veins. An immense pain rippled through his inside, and hair and bone sprung through his skin. Disoriented, he stumbled towards the woods. The next morning, Jake awoke naked and bloodied from eating some animal. He trekked back to the castle. He entered and quickly ran to his kid's room. As he peeked in, the boy was just waking. Jake knew their lives had changed, and now each full moon night he would have to lock himself away within the castle's dungeon. But he also knew that he and his son were still alive, and when it comes down to it, that's all he really cared about.